What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sang, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Address the Comments. This has actually been a pretty chill week. I've had varying comments all over the place, but let's just go ahead and jump into it so you guys can see what I got. So here's the first comment. Our first comment comes from the Bryson Gray Music Triggered Hunter Avallone video, and it says, "Hunter is basically the Aaron Burr of political YouTube, only without the charm or talent. He has no beliefs of his own, which is why he's so terrible at debating. His channel is basically whatever it's popular to be at the moment. He started with generic videos like The Problem with Parents, types of homeschoolers, and stupid Facebook memes back when those were popular, and then switched to right-wing content back in 2016 to maybe 2019 when that was popular. And then once his views started slipping, because even during that time he was kind of annoying and people started getting tired of him, he moved on to left-wing content. He assumed that switching sides would make him popular again. Only it didn't, because everyone outside of his 1,000 or so brainwashed posse figured him out. It's why his videos scarcely cracked 20K views, despite him having over 500,000 subscribers. I personally think that the only reason he hasn't stopped doing political content altogether and moved on to his next grift is partly out of fear of being canceled, and partly because, as previously stated, he has no talent and knows he couldn't make it anywhere else." Ooh. Ugh. Go ahead and hit that burn real quick. But I picked this because I don't know much of Hunter's background, and I always get confused whenever I have to do a video like about him, something he said, which isn't a lot. This is probably like the second time I really had to talk about him on my channel. But when I notice I have to find a picture for the thumbnail, I am confused because he's very like left-wing leaning at this point in his life. Yet all of his pictures I could find when you type his name into Google Images are very conservative. Like, he has your typical American flag behind you. He has the Make America Great Again type shirts. He's holding up guns like this and everything. It's very confusing because then when you hear him talk about that type of stuff now, he's like, those people are stupid, gun owners are stupid, this, and you're just like, bro, what? What are you talking about? It's like, wasn't that you? Wasn't that you? You got all these pictures of you like in that realm. Always confused me. Like I said, I never heard of him until the Young Don Reborn debate, where like Young Don was a Christian for like literally a day, and Hunter just came out of nowhere and was like, I'll debate you, I'll show you why Christianity is false. And it's like, how you gonna debate somebody who's been a Christian for like one day? They ain't even read the Bible in full. They just know they want to be Christian. Like, weird. So weird. But yeah, he seems off. One of you, your name's Simon, you actually are the one that told me to check out his debate with Ranting Monkey. And it was on the wrong side of history when it comes to pedos. I still don't remember the term he used, but it was stupid, right? Like I said, he was on the wrong side when it came to the pedo conversation. And funnily enough, Vice just dropped an article about that too, where they also are on the wrong side of the pedo conversation. It's like, look, if that's who you want to associate with, do you? But I'm gonna look at you sideways, because now I'm gonna think you on that side, and don't nobody want to be on that side. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. All right, our next comment comes from the Vice Lied About Andrew Tate video, and it says, "As per Drew's own admission, the Vice crew were very strictly monitored. There were places they couldn't go. There were people they couldn't speak to. Interviews were staged, etc. Vice was not greeted with open arms. The Tates put on a show similar to the North Koreans. Stop lying for that POS." Well, first off, remember I told you guys how the left just jumps off the bridge with their terms? Put on a show similar to the North Koreans? You're comparing the Tate brothers to the North Koreans? Y'all just be using terms incorrectly. It's just wild. But first, let's get into it. You said, as per Drew's own admission. Who's Drew? The cameraman? The producer that was with them? Because the guy in the clip that did everything, his name is Matt. So who is Drew? That's what I want to know. Who is Drew? And everybody that was there, the people from the War Room, because they went to a 3-day event that the War Room had held. The people from the War Room, everybody around Andrew, they all opened arms. They're all saying this. They all actually came out and gave their own recollection of the events from that time period, because this was from like months ago. Don't let Vice fool you and be like, we care about the victims and that's why we're putting this story out. If you cared so much about the victims, why did you hold this for like 6 to 8 months? If you really cared about the victims, you would have put this out immediately to put a spotlight on this. Red flag number 1, right? Everybody that was there, they said the people in the War Room were kind of wary at first when they found out Vice was there, because their whole thing was just like, oh, they suck. They're definitely about to do something very disingenuous. And boy, were they right. It actually took Andrew and his brother to kind of tell them, like, hey, chill out. They're not really here for that. And we see that they were wrong, because everybody else there was just like, oh, we know what they're here for, bro. They gonna paint you in a horrible light, because it's Vice. Now, if this was Vice years ago, maybe you would have got a better piece. But Vice has been horrible for the past couple years, so they had the right to feel like that. But they said they were open to go everywhere, and we've already seen clips come out where Vice manipulated clips. Not just the video that I showed, but there's other ones too. Like, for example, when he hopped in that dude's exotic sports car, and they got to it, and he was just like, oh, did you want to do the meeting in here? And the dude looked at him confused, and he's like, yeah, didn't you say you wanted to do? Yeah. What are you talking about? He was confused because prior to that, there's clips where they were just like, oh, it'd be cool if we got some shots talking to you while you're driving around in your sports car. And he's like, okay, I guess if that's what you want to do. And then they get to the car and they start filming, and then it's like, oh, is this what you wanted to do? And then when he's talking over the B-roll of them driving around, it looked like he just wanted to show off his fancy car to us. But then all the dudes behind the scenes that was with him with Vice was just like, oh, dude, your car's sweet. Can you drive us around in it too? And he's like giving people rides. He said they were super nice to them, made sure they were well fed, taken care of. Yeah, totally. Whoever Drew is, super strictly monitored. They had free reign to do whatever they wanted to do. But I guess that depends who you want to believe in this situation. But there's enough evidence out there at this moment in time that shows that Vice was pretty much lying. And by Vice's own accord, because the clip we watched together, that was part of their over an hour long documentary that they put on TV first, and then they put it on their YouTube channel the very next day. That same clip was in there. And in writing, in words, it stated that the women that they were talking to that were abused and mishandled and everything, those were the women from the England case. They're not from the Romania case, right? Those women, England tossed that out. And Vice put this in their own document, which is so weird because they put it in text. It literally stated that the police tossed the case out because once they asked for the women's phone for evidence and yada, 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 they found out that the women had a text thread amongst themselves about they were just mad at Andrew because he kicked them out of the cam business, and they were like, oh, let's lie on him and say he did all these things to get back at him. It was in their phone that they found that information. And then when they were recreating messages, and I'm not just saying that, Vice said that out of their own mouth, that they recreated the text messages, and then like idiots, they left a screenshot of the real text messages. It also turns out that they had a weird kink relationship. So, because this is YouTube, so I can't say, but like the ARP fantasy, it's called consensual, non-consensual. See, that's stupid. First off, fellas, if you're listening, and I said this in all these videos, all these little Andrew Tate videos we've been doing, women will be your downfall, okay? If a girl ever come to any of y'all and be like, I have an ARP kink fantasy, you better run in the other direction. That's gonna cause nothing but problems down the line. Why would you even want to do something with a girl that wants to have intercourse like that with you? That's weird. That's so weird. Because at some point, if she get mad, she gonna go straight to the police. Bro, you ain't even got to do what the Tates are doing. First off, they're in the sex business. That's already disgusting. I done already said I don't agree with that. But we live in the world, so I'm giving y'all my synopsis from my point of view and then from the real world point of view on how people look at that and everything. But men, even if you are just the average guy, you go to a 9 to 5 every day, you could be doing everything you're supposed to do, you're not a player, you're not any of that, you could still end up in the same predicament. Messing with girls that's into that, or you ain't even gotta mess with girls that's into that. You could break a girl's heart and she get upset and go to the police and say you done did something. Come on, I done seen it play out before. I done told these stories before. I done seen it play out, and then before anything crazy happened to the dude, the girl come forward and be like, well, I lied. I was just upset because they didn't want to be with me. Man, y'all gotta start moving a little bit smarter, man. Y'all gotta start moving a little bit smarter. All right, our next comment is from the Amala debates a leftist student about right-wing issues. And it says, I think that PragerU wouldn't care if you wore a do-rag during an interview. And if they did, just walk away from the interview and out them through their email messages. Or agree to the terms and out them live on air during the interview by asking why they have these guidelines. I do think it will be fine because Amala did an interview with Gothix, whom I think you would have fun chatting with in a video interview. Gothix is a conservative who likes to wear gothic, punk, and rock type clothing. She also used to be a hardcore liberal. Yeah, I hopped on the Gothix train like a few months ago. I started watching her videos from time to time, and now whenever I can catch a live stream, because for whatever reason, YouTube just don't even give me notifications anymore about anything. No matter how many times I unsubscribe, resubscribe, hit the notification bell on people's channels, I just don't get the notifications. So if I catch it, I could catch it. But yeah, I watch Gothix content. She's actually pretty cool. In terms, if y'all don't understand for the first part, at the very beginning of the video, I was basically saying like, hey yo, Daily Wire, pray hit me up. I done said this a few times when I watch their videos, because even though I may not want a full show with them, they had a thing where they brought the Hodge twins in one time. They interviewed them and then they let them have like little segments, like on their shows for the day and whatnot. They can even bring me in to do that. I would be cool with all of that, you know. I know I'm not big enough yet, but as we get there, y'all gonna have to look back on these videos and be like, she been trying to get y'all attention. It's about time. But at the very beginning, I was like, y'all think they'll let me wear a do-rag up there? I was like, they probably wouldn't. But you never know. You never know, right? I don't know if I'd be a perfect fit for their audience, but they could bring me in like they did Hodge twins, because I don't think Hodge twins would be a perfect fit for their audience either. But we all talk about the same stuff, so I feel like it will work. But yeah, Gothix is cool. One day, okay, mark my words, y'all, one day. Because y'all don't know what be happening behind the scenes. Bigger YouTubers watch my channel, a few of them actually. And then a few of them also follow me on other platforms, and we talk from time to time. I'm going to get Gothix's attention at some point, and when I do, we are going to do a video together one day. All right? A few of the other YouTubers I follow, we all going to do something together too. If it means playing video games on my Twitch channel, or like actually doing a collab video together with doing news, whatever, we going to link up one day, all of y'all. Y'all going to do more than just watch my channel. We going to do some actual stuff together. I just had this morning a guy who actually runs a Christian network, but it's radio stations. So this dude has like multiple stations throughout the US, and then there's multiple Christian programming on those stations. Dude just started following me today. So I'm just like, okay, all right, I see you, bro. And I already know at some point somebody gonna give me a show or collab with me. It's gonna happen. Mark my words, I'm saying it right now. It's going to happen. All these bigger names that mess with my content, y'all gonna collab with me one day. All right, this comment is from the Pride Paraders Are Obsessed with God video, and it says, Sang really said, I'm trying to stay on this side of the screen. All right, for those that don't know, so at the very beginning of that video, I put up I guess you can call it a disclaimer. It basically said it's an old video from my archives, and you could tell because you see how the style is on this channel, the borders. It says, it's your girl saying up here, conservative Christian. You know, my older videos, it was just a black box at the bottom of the screen down here somewhere, and then the rest of it was just the video. So for those that don't know, I still put that disclaimer up. And that video, I had to have shot that video like 4 or 5 months ago. It was like at the very beginning of me starting my YouTube channel. And the way I speak now, I wasn't as confident. One of you pointed that out to me. One of you had gave me a comment one day saying you play my videos in the background while you work. And you basically said, I sound way more natural and confident now than at the beginning of my journey. Because I basically, you might as well say I'm finding my rhythm and my comfortableness, right? Because in the very beginning, yes, I still had these same views. I was very nervous when I decided to start my channel and talk about certain things because y'all already know how it is. These sites that we're on are very liberal, and you're just not going to get the same type of people like with the mindset that I have. So especially if my channel's just starting out. So if I have like 50 subs, but I'm putting these videos out and it's running across a lot of liberal eyes, I'm going to be subject to hate. Because when I was playing around with shorts, not on YouTube, but on TikTok, I ended up having somebody super triggered and they just kept coming back to the video. And they're the only ones that have comments on that short. And they just kept coming back to the video all day. And I have my TikTok set up where it lets you know when somebody views your profile. And the person, every time they came back, it was like such and such came back and viewed your profile. Such and such came back at this time and viewed your profile. And they kept coming back all day, just leaving crazy comments. And I'm just like, and you know, like that video is Bo Diddle was out there talking to people. And I was like, man, I don't even know if I ever want to do this. And I think I say at the end of this video, I was like, one day when I get big enough, it's going to happen. I'm going to be out just shopping or with my boyfriend or my nephew, and somebody's going to be like, hey, aren't you it's your girl saying? And I'll be like, oh yeah, what's up? And they just go, just haul off. It's straight case. I said that in that video. Now, I don't know if that's ever going to actually happen because, like, we're talking about liberals. They soft. They all talk. They not going to do nothing. But I was very hesitant and scared to say what I really wanted to say, even though I was saying it. So that's why that person said what they said. All right, y'all. We are at our last comment, and it is from the Biden wants to ban our gas stoves video. And it says, this sums up this administration perfectly. A combination of stupidity and authoritarianism. Yeah, this Biden administration, yeah, that is a perfect sum up of his administration. Because they are stupid. But yet they also want to like act like they run everything and make the rules. Like, out of all things you can pick to save the environment, gas stoves, that's what you would pick. Come on now, the back and forth of the private jets. You think that would like go down, if anything. It's just like, I have to do just a quick 5-minute meeting somewhere. I don't need to take a jet to do that. This could be a Zoom call. That's what it really is. Like, that's what it boils down to. Stuff like that needs to come down. Gas stoves? Stupid. Stupid. Though we know that's a ploy. That's just to take your eyes off of something else. And what's it been trying to take our eyes off of? They've been finding a bunch of declassified documents in one of Biden's homes while his son Hunter was living there. So, you know, they just keep finding stuff. And while the left is just like, maybe the Republicans put it there to you know, frame him or whatever. It's like, the real question is, why were the feds and the lawyers snooping around the house to begin with? Because they said they found this stuff while looking around. It's like, well, what were you looking around for which led you to finding this? That's the real question. That's what you need to ask yourselves. What is he really doing? What you under investigation for? But all right, y'all, that's it for this episode. Thank you for coming by like you do every Monday for Let's Address the Comments. And with that being said, I will be back here at 3 p.m. So I hope to see you at 3 p.m. Also, it's Monday, so we're going to be live streaming tonight. You know what I'm saying? So come through. It's going to be at 7 p.m. EST, that's Eastern Standard Time. Whatever that translates for you is when you should come hang out with me. We had fun last week. All right, I had tons of fun with y'all. Y'all had fun. Last Monday we went for 2 hours. Tuesday we went for 3 hours. I don't know what we gonna do tonight, but we gonna be kicking it. So come through, hang out. I hope to see you there. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss when I drop a video. Check the community tabs so you can stay up to date with everything I got going on. And with that being said, you already know who it is. It's Sang.